My name is Norman Otis Richmond, aka Jalali. We are speaking to you live and direct from a different book list here in Toronto, Canada, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, the Great White North. It is very cold outside. I want to call on Betty Carter and Ray Charles to open up this show because, as they say, baby, it's cold outside. But we are broadcasting on Regent Radio. We are formerly CKLN, and this is being broadcast on Justin TV. So we would like to send a shout out to all of you people listening and viewing on Justin TV, whether you are in North America, the Caribbean, Africa, Asia, Europe, wherever you are, we say greetings. Today we have the honor of having Dr. Gerald Horne, who will be launching two books here in the bookstore. He will be launching the book Fighting in Paradise and another book called Negro, Comrades of the Crown. And he is here sitting right next to me. And we are in a very beautiful bookstore called A Different Booklist. And we wanted to introduce the co-owner, Ms. Ita Sadu. She runs A Different Booklist with Miguel San Vincente. And we wanted to bring on Ita Sadu, so we wanted you, when you visit Toronto, we wanted you to come and check out A Different Booklist. And also, Ita and Miguel are in the 21st century, so you can actually order books online, and you can do business with Ita right now. But without further ado, I would like to present Ita Sadu.
Hey, hey, hey. Good morning, good evening to all the people listening here and tuning in to Regent Radio. I know that we are global and worldwide. This is so exciting that Saturday Morning Live is at A Different Booklist here in Toronto. I think that we're definitely having Canadian weather. It's like minus 92. Okay, no, it's really minus 29. But I think Professor Gerald Horne brought this cold weather to Toronto because we've been having some summer weather the whole time, and then the brother rolls into town and we go into snap. And also props to Norman Otis Richmond, wonderful journalist, historian, man that loves music, and he's looking good these days, you know. Happy New Year to him, you know. But I just want to say really props to Regent Radio, and people who listen to radio are more literate. You know, people say all the time, you know, people are not reading, kids are not reading, they're struggling because they need to tune into radio, because when you're in a radio land, you become even more literate. And there's so many fabulous things happening in Toronto this year and in Canada this year that the bookstore is a part of. One of the great things about having a bookstore is that every single thing in the world is connected with a book. Even rocks are connected to the book, so I heard that. But we are excited this year as the world celebrates the 50th anniversary of Jamaica independence and Trinidad and Tobago. Props to Portia Miller. Girl, I know you're going to rock the house, the leadership of Jamaica. You're the woman of the masses. Yeah. Keep on keeping on. But I say props to you, my sister, and Kamala. I know you've got some company to go into the bathroom now in the Caribbean as the leaders of the CARICOM meet. But I digress. And at A Different Booklist, we're now reaching out to authors all over the world. Last year in November, we reached out to Jason Phillips in Australia, people like Tessa McQuat out of the UK. It was fascinating to just talk to authors and engage with authors in their bedrooms, in their living rooms, and just bring authors right across the world into the bookstore here in Toronto. And at the same time, have real live local authors like Olive Senior and Robin Maharaj and a whole host of Caribbean wonderful authors all come together. So if you are in Burkina Faso, if you are in Taiwan, and if you are tuning in right now to Regent Radio, we know that you are progressive. We know that your politics is on the left, because I know that Regent Radio must be on the left of the dial. And if you're on TV, that may be a little problematic for you. So I would encourage you to shift to the left of your chair so you could be just in line with the politics that's going to come to you right now from Saturday Morning Live. Props to Professor Gerald Horne. Really happy to have him again in Toronto. I think right now he is writing about, I think he's the author about 16 books. His scholarship is 30 books. I mean, I right now have to go out and buy some more, you know, just to catch up. But his scholarship is worldwide, is accessible. It is always great to be engaged with him, even little kids like Gerald Horne. And I want to say something about Professor Gerald Horne. He's not only a scholar and political, but he has a keen sense of dress. Today, as he rolled into the bookstore, I noticed that he was rolled in with a tote bag, and I thought, oh, the scholar, oh, he's just reflecting the color that the sisters are wearing and people are celebrating on the runway of Paris. So you got to give props to this man. He's not only well-read, but well-coordinated. So one more time, live from a different book list. It's Saturday Morning Live, and I'm going to give folks a worldwide, just a sliver, a sense of the big crowd that is right here at 746. Crowd, holla! Woo! That's a couple thousand people there right on a different book list. So stay tuned to Saturday Morning Live, Regent Radio, and of course with host Norman Otis Richmond.
And we are back. And the correct title of one of the books that Dr. Horne is launching today is Fighting in Paradise, Labor Unions, Racism, and Communists in the Making of Modern Hawaii. And I think this is the 25th anniversary of the independence of Rwanda, Burundi, Algeria, and there's a fourth country, which someone is, all of these intellectuals here. There are four countries that were in African nations that gained independence in 1962. Algeria, which had a very serious revolution. Burundi and Rwanda were made independent. They got their independence from Belgium, I believe. And there's a fourth country, but it'll come to me. Or you can, David Cronsilver, you know, just joke. But and I think, I don't know if Ida mentioned, this is also the 125th birthday of Marcus Mosiah Garvey, who was born in St. Anne's, Jamaica. I think it was August 17th, 1887. Yeah. That is when Mr. Garvey was born. And the second book that we are going to launch here is called Negro Comrades of the Crown, African Americans and the British Empire Fight the U.S. Before Emancipation. I'm certain that's going to it's going to be a very controversial book. And
why not?
We're going to
controversy is good.
Gerald might have to seek refuge in Namibia after when the reviews of this book are written. No, if there's Namibia is a country that I've always been interested in, and I'm killing time now, but I have a young man by the name of Charles Burnett, who I went to school. He went to same high school. He produced a beautiful film on Namibia. If you ever get a chance, the only problem with the film is quite long, but it has the history of the whole history
I
of
have a copy in my bag.
Beautiful. The whole history of I hope they didn't cut it because it's I mean, it goes back. And Sam, who plays Sam Nyomo is the brother who plays Sam Nyomo is married. Used to be, he was married to the late Vanetta McGee. Lumley.
Yeah.
Sam. He is Jamaican ancestry, but I mean, he looks like Sam Nyomo, and Danny Glover has a part in it. But I just want to give a shout out to Charles Burnett. Hopefully, he would be. Are you going out to Gerald's getting ready to go out to the Pan-African Film Festival.
I'm looking at the schedule as we speak.
And I think we are going to play a commentary from Mumia Abu-Jamal, but before we play the commentary, Mumia Abu-Jamal is under attack right now, and he is there was a minor victory. He is not going to be executed. They cannot execute him. However, he could spend the rest of his life in prison, and he has been transferred from here to there, and he's currently in segregation. They don't want to let him out in the population, and they are threatening to cut off his hair. And to me, I guess that is a just another form of harassment. And we are going to play. We play Mumia Abu Jamal every week on Saturday Morning Live. His recent commentaries have not been commentaries. He has written his commentaries, but someone else has been reading them because he cannot get Noel Hanrahan, who records his interviews. I guess he comes in Friday. She would call him and he would do 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 3-minute commentaries, 2 or 3 of those per week. Noel Hanrahan has not been able to contact him, so what he has been writing the commentaries, and someone else has been reading them. But we have a commentary that he did on Black August. Dr. Horne is a historian, and many people that listen to CKLN are very in tune to history. And there was a guy by the name of Samori Marksman, not a guy, but Samori Marksman, the late Samori Marksman, who really introduced me to Dr. Horne. He used to refer to myself and people like Elombe Brath, who was in New York, as the numbers people, because he says we're always playing with these numbers. But Mumia is talking about Black August, and he recorded this back in in 204. And this gives you a long history. He goes, many people start off with Black August. They talk about Black August beginning with the prison movement in California, but Mumia talks about Black August being something that started with the Haitian Revolution. So right now we wanted to present Mumia Abu Jamal talking about Black August. Is it on?
Tend to do this if they're good. It says a lot about the perceptions of millions of voting-age Americans who really see these things that way and, as a consequence, refrain from even the pretense of voting for what increasingly looks like a single party with 2 heads. It also encapsulates rather nicely the gist of the now flagging independent presidential campaign of consumer advocate Ralph Nader. The Senator Carrier today isn't the anti-war activist of yesteryear. He is, by his own words, a, quote, tough-minded internationalist, unquote, who wishes to stay the course in Iraq, preferably with European allies to split the cost in blood and treasure. Who to vote for? That's your choice. But I just thought you'd like to know. From Death Row, this is Mumia Abu Jamal. These commentaries are produced by Noel Hanrahan for Prison Radio. Vote for whom? Let me state from the onset that I will not suggest who you should vote for, nor should I. I have not voted for over 20 years, almost 25. As a captive in an American gulag, I cannot vote. It is therefore inappropriate for me to suggest what others may do. If I were a prisoner in South Africa, which has granted the vote to the imprisoned, it might be a different matter. Indeed, if I were in several European countries, that might be the case also. But I am in America. For Prison Radio.
And you are listening to Regent Radio, and if you are viewing Regent Radio, we are formerly CKLN. We are on Justin TV. We are broadcasting live from a different book list, and we have Dr. Gerald Horne. It's close. Harold. It's close, yeah. I heard someone call you Jerry the other day. Can I call you Jerry?
Oh, sure.
Okay, Jerry. Or what did Bush call Harper? Steve. So Dr. Gerald Horne. I slept pretty well last night, so I shouldn't be making mistakes like that. But Dr. Horne is here to launch 2 books, Fighting in the Paradise and Negro Comrades of the Crown. And we are broadcasting live from a different book list here in Toronto, Canada. And we just listened to Mumi Abu Jamal talk about, the Haitian Revolution. And it's my understanding, I've never been to Haiti, but it's my understanding that they have a John Brown Boulevard in Haiti.
Of an enslaved people breaking their chains and defeating a powerful colonial force.